Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, it's showtime. It's showtime, not it's yo time, although maybe it's showtime too. Hi guys, here we are. Here I am now to entertain us. Doesn't quite scan. Let's see where we are. We have lots and lots of water. That's good. We do not currently have a body. I have enough that I can drop. I think I have another body set aside for later. I don't think I can... Maybe I can... extract enough water to allow me to... Yeah, I should now be able to... Because I think I put a body aside. That's really a dark thing to say, I know. Maybe I didn't put a body aside? Evidently I did not put a body aside, so never mind. I'll go back and deposit some. Still enjoying the game. Don't think I left anything in the refinery or the chemical refinery. Nope, good. Check all of our stuff here. Yeah, we've got a fuel cell, we've got our weapons, we've got all our various and sundry goodies. We can actually drop off the construction tool. We don't need to be carrying that around. One thing I'd been doing with that was a little experimenting to see what the pieces look like from the Atreides tile set. Let's figure out what the hell we're going to do. Oh, gods. Gods above. The Center of Learning for Skorda. The Center of Learning for Skorda. That was over here somewhere? Yeah. Or, instead, that needs a cut array mark 6. We can go here. And there are 4 bosses we need to get. And I can probably get myself killed pretty effectively there, I think. Excuse me. Pardon me. I have wind turbines. We'll check and see. I think we've got 6+ days on our power. 5+. All right. Keep that in mind. Lens. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get this. So, Lisa Terrell. And Paranoid. We are slowly descending. We are at 162. That's about... nice, peaceful, you know. Traveling upon the winds. That is the crossroads. Mystery at Lisa Terrell. What's that called again? Yeah, Mystery at Lisa Terrell. No, I don't think it's any of those. Could be. No. Cut array, enter. Yeah, that's it. We will descend. We'll put on our armor, because this place does not mess around. Turn on our shield. Bust out our quality bang bang. See? Pretty high quality bang bang. The world's biggest bloodsucker. It looks like a minigun. It's actually a blood extractor. Right, that is 154 meters. Oop, hey, we've got a friend. I don't think he's probably going to consider us to be a friend. Quick suck of 4,200 milliliters of blood. It was a quick suck, but a quality suck. That's what really matters. Alright, we have completed that, the mystery, and now it'll tell us to do something else around here, no doubt. Oh, no, evidently not. It wants us to contact the issuer. Venerating the carcass of a dead sandworm, madness at best, heresy at worst. What could be their motive in all of this? We need more information. I'm to file a complete report with the Seradar governor. I want you to investigate further, see what you can discover about their actions. Motives. Next bit is search the Masquerade. Search a Masquerade container. What's that? A dead sandworm. I don't see a dead sandworm. Is that what that is? Is that what they're doing here? Is they're investigating a dead sandworm? Can't really make it out. So there are 4 bosses I need to kill. That sounded like, yep, that was a spice blow, not too far away. That was the earth-shattering kaboom. Is that what the electricity over there is? Is that the sandworm? I died there my one previous time. Fortunately, I could res and... I hear someone. Oh, they both shielded up. I can hear somebody talking. Is it Dunning? It's Dunning quite well. Dunning-Kruger. Familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect? If not, it explains so much of modern society. If you're not familiar with it, you can hit the old Google box. Dunning-Kruger effect. You hate sand? Well, I mean, it does get into everything, and it's rough and abrasive. I am going to be quite deliberate here because I generally am. Oh, hey, we got a friend who's not very friendly, I'm guessing. Dude, nobody taught him when you shoot, your shield goes down. It is Monday, so the reason everything looks all dusty and blowy, if you'll pardon the phrase blowy, is we have the Coriolis storm tonight. About, I don't know, 8 hours from now, something like that. And so this is the precursor to the Coriolis storm we're going to get. Come on. This is not necessarily going to make my job in here any easier at picking up the mobs because there's no shortage of mobs. But now that I remember, we need to swap those items. And there we have highlighted our enemies. Like them. If you enjoy survival crafting games, then yes, I would recommend it. If that's not your cup of tea, not so much. But I have 170 hours in the game since it launched, 3 weeks ago? So yes, I think a lot of it. I think quite highly of it. It certainly has its problems. I'm not going to pretend they don't exist. Oh, look. More friends. You see, but some of them just showing up just as water. See, even the dead ones show up as water. Got him. Heard the devs will change. They did make already. They announced that they were going to make a change they were going to make. And then they changed it the next day. That is a follow from Allison James 65. Well, it's nice to know that the 65th one has got it right. Previous 64, not quite as much. I have a speech. I'll be giving it in just a second. Hold on. Yeah, so the devs made the change the day after they announced the change. Used to be, there are rows A through I and columns 1 through 9 in the PvE zone. Originally, just row A was PvE. Now it's row A through D and half of E. So basically, instead of 1/9 of the map being PvE, 1/2 of the map is now PvE. Now, now I'm not a PvPer, so I'm not a good person to really comment on this. But my understanding is it still has significant problems. Come on, you can shoot at me from there. I know you can. You'll be glad you did. Soon PoE1 will beat you again, and you'll have free time to try this. Yes, PoE 1 always does win in the end, doesn't it? But I had actually had zero real interest in playing this league, which is weird because that actually doesn't happen. Search the Masquerade container. What next? Search another Masquerade container. Okay. Let's scan. I don't see any people. That's good. Means I don't have to waste any more ammunition putting them down, you know? Just putting them down. Trying to sound tough. It's just not working, is it? No, never does. Searched another Masquerade container. Investigate the sacrifice site at Mr. Terrell. Wrong button. No, we've got a box or something up there. I have investigated, and now contact the issuer. I don't have the option right this instant, so I won't. Yeah, this place wasn't creepy enough before. Now it is completely inundated with the foggy smokiness of the precursor. To the storm, which happens tonight. What the storm does is the storm completely rearranges and redesigns the deep desert, which is the PvE/PvP zone, and it also moves around a lot of the resources in the rest of the area. You got something over there. Box of goodies, maybe? Yeah. Thought I heard somebody say something. I did. Hi. Ooh, boot to the head. And he's down. He made me do it. You know, sorta made me. Not really, but if sorta. I guess I have to go up here. It's guesswork. Over there. I have a box. I am poisoned. I am no longer poisoned. I'm low on water, though. Shit, where is it? That was some pretty bad shooting by yours truly.
Oh, my people, my sisters, my brothers. Long has the sun of Arrakis blazed across the desert sands. Long has it burned upon the minds of all that labor under its dominion.
There she is. Boot to the head.
Of the Coriolis, across the
Oh, god damn it! Now it's pissing me off.
Thousand generations of memory. Through all and beyond time.
I'm assuming that's the paranoid who's talking. That's the person I'm here to get, eventually.
One who marks not the movement of stars. One whose command of power is infinite. Whose knowledge is fathomless.
That's the entrance to the place where I have to kill the bosses. I assume.
Yes, Shai Hulud is at the center and throughout. Shai Hulud holds our feet above the sand and guides each step we take. Safeguarding our future, so too does Shai Hulud remind us of the genesis of all things, the origin.
There's like 4 bosses I have to kill, and then the 5th boss. I have no idea how tough any of these are. My assumption is the 5th one's probably pretty tough. God damn it. Where did that go? There she is.
For the tyrant's worm.
Got everybody? Was everybody helped? By the way, I'm not playing very well, very tidily, shall we say. Oh, look. They just keep coming. Ooh, beer. Well, yes, please. I mean, obviously I'm going to take the beer I'm drinking tonight. It's delicious. You got one over there. And one over there. Wow, a big 59 Solaris. I'm rich. I'll try not to spend it all in one place. I heard a ch-ch-ch. Oh, knee to the face. That's gotta leave a mark. Well, we can't get in there because we don't have the doodad that we need yet. Looking for the doodad. I've just been here once before with a friend, and so we kind of walked through all the baddies. He had top-end gear, and I have the freaking sniper rifle. Why can I not find the thingy? This is not... Oh. Aha! I had to get close enough. Well, nobody obvious within range. Not that that necessarily means anything. Huh, I'm not sure this is where I want to be either, the autumn. I don't think it is. So I missed something back here. Good evening to you all. I hope the first day of your week hasn't sucked too bad. Huh. I can't find the doodad. Is this one? Ah, enter the contemplation chamber. I'm sure there's no problem in the contemplation chamber. Journey. It's so bad. Where is it? Where's the assassin one? Healy Escape, Pinnacle Station, Harco, Riftwatch, Crossroads. What the hell happened to it? There it is. Did I already get one of them? Evidently I killed one of them. Maybe not, though. No, I think those were the 3 that were there previously. I don't think the bosses show up on that scan display, but I'm not positive. Close to where one should be? Not really. Nothing over there. What's the point in that then? Is this a cuttable one? No, it's not. All right. Missing a sub-leader key. I can't get in. Shit. Oh, where's the freaking sub-leader? Oh, sure, he was supposed to be in here. My memory is that it looked like there was one here, 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 and here, but do I have to wait for a freaking respawn? I hope not. Like, I couldn't get in here without the quest previously, when I was here one time before. And you gotta get the code, I think, off the body of the guy. have no goddamn clue in the world. Missing a sub-leader key. This is really frustrating. Was there a boss outside that I was supposed to get? I don't know. Was there? Fire, body, tooth, and breath. Yeah, I've killed none of them, so it's not like I missed somebody. I don't know. I'm not happy about this. He should be in here. My understanding is all the bosses are in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got to find the bosses outside first. I don't know. What I'm not showing... where the first boss is. Maybe I killed him and didn't get the Pentashield code? Find that unlikely. Might be them. Pentashield code on that one. What was that? So now there are respawns out here. If you're wondering why we got that delay, these shots are poisoned. I can't get through there. Bonk. Over here, maybe. Well, we've got a band. Maybe that's it, and that'll get us in the side over here. Oh. Sorry. Not really. Sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, though. That helps. Probably not. Alright, we'll try this then. Shall we? Lots of nice crafting mats. One of them is now is missing. Previously, there were 4. There's just 3 now. couldn't get in here unless you had the quest previously. But I think the reason that it's not showing up here as there being a boss here is because he's not spawned in. Could be entirely wrong about that, as it does seem like all of the pentashields are in place in order. I'm confused. In short, to sum up, I'm confused. All right, we're going to try going the old-fashioned way to see if we can find it. Maybe I do have the code for the fourth one. See, the electricity killed me once previously, so I'm not keen to get anywhere close to that.
Safeguarding our future, so too the Shai Hulud reminds of the genesis of all things, the origin without beginning, and admonishes us against our forgetting. But we do not forget.
He's up there? Okay, he's way up there. Again, I will restate my complaint that the quest tracking system in this game is just garbage. But then the UI in general is bad. It's a console-centric piece of crap. Huh. I'm on a level with him. That's another player, I think. Yeah, that's another player. One of these should be the one with the code. Okay, it's now down to 2, so I killed it, and evidently I've claimed the Pentas shield. Okay. So they don't actually drop it, you just have to kill them, and they don't give you a notification when you do. This is not friendly. We're again back to my continual complaints about the UI in the game. Not good. Delicious. All right, 172 meters. 150 meters. Presumably down in that cave somewheres. But before we go in, let's refill our Leader John with water. A quick, I don't know, 2 liters of water. See if we can't top it off. Are we past optimal time? No, no. I don't know why we can't harvest anything from that. There we go. We're full. We're full again. Oh. He's over there. I don't see him anywhere. He's supposed to be up above. Really? No, he's supposed to be 9 meters below. Yeah, he's supposed to be in here. Okay, I'm going to assume that that other player I saw has harvested him. Hopefully he will respawn by the time we get to this guy and then back. Always an issue with non-instanced NPC kill quests. This is certainly not a them issue. This is a many games issue. Like we're out of luck again. The other player wiped these guys out, methinks. Yeah, he should be here. And he ain't. Right? Well, that's disappointing. After finally figuring out that, oh, okay, I did kill the first one. They just didn't give me any kind of notification. Yeah, already opened that. Well, that's really disappointing. I'm not going to wait around for a respawn, which is going to take gods only know how long. I will run back and double check the other one more time, because who knows. And then I'll figure out something else to do. Well, I do have to contact one of the NPCs. We can get that done. Find a safe-ish spot and check motive and madness. That was, I think in here in the Mesa Terrell Autumn. Or possibly not. What was the name of it again? God damn it. Motive and Madness. Sadly, that's not actually what I'm looking for. Huh? No, you have to check and see which one of these actually says Motive and Madness in it. There it is. Contact issuer. They're slaughtering people, vagrants, and outcasts at this point, but their recruiters have been reported in many settlements. We cannot let this madness spread among the more useful members of the populace. Given what you've discovered, I am sure the Siradar governor will soon be ordering the extermination of the Masquerade. I'm authorizing you to make a start on that, kill some of the fanatics, and report back so that I conclude some analysis of their combat capabilities. Find a Chris Knife or Chris Knife part. Well, I'm probably going to be killing more of those guys, so... Sure. Don't suppose he's back, is he? Doesn't look like it. Nope, should be about here. And he ain't. Looks like I'm out of luck. That's really quite annoying. Finally decided to spend the time to bang this one out. And there was no joy in Mudville. Alright. No point in crying over a lot of spilled blood, but not that blood I particularly was hoping for. Imperial Testing Station, search the Learning Center. God, I really don't like testing centers. Let's try that one. Alright, we're back in our lovely still suit. Come on, don't tell me there's no place I can place a vehicle. Thank you. Magic number is 162 kilometers per hour with a slow descent. That's about the optimal you can manage. Park our carcass here. All right, and the thing we're looking for here is the missing peon. Sadly, there is no shorter way of doing this than this. The missing peon. There we go. Got lucky. All right. It's there, 215 meters away. Meters away. Scan the site under the giant cactus in Autumn. Now they say Udum, but that doesn't make any sense as a pronunciation. That should be either Oodum or Oadam. I prefer Oadam. But it's not Udum. That wouldn't have the glottal stop apostrophe. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk. Doesn't seem to be anybody about. That doesn't mean I can't steal their crap. So I will. Oh, somebody is about. Where is he? He's up there. He was up there. All right. 70 meters up. Discovered Kynes' promise. 39 meters below. Oh, look at that. Hello. He was looking at me. He didn't even wave goodbye. Doesn't look like there's anybody else down there. The trail leads Paris south. Compass south, that means.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
That's not great. I am considered to be in an enclosed space, so I'm going to wait out the sandstorm here. Scan the Masquerette site in Central Oahu. Center of Learning. Where is the storm coming in? Don't see it anywhere on the map yet. Unless it's coming from the west. Get out of Dodge. We have a sighting yet. Anyway. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Somebody doesn't like the names I wish. Going. I'm just heading west. Get to a little blue glowy there is the map border, and that will take us to the overworld map. Which will save us a whole bunch of time. That was annoying. Two bosses not being where I needed them to be. I don't know where the storm's coming in. That was a mistake. At least we'll be close. We're about 350 meters from our house here. Hopefully we don't re-enter in the middle of the storm, which I've had happen to me twice in the last couple of days. Anytime now. Let's go. That would be good. Spice plow. because I'm just the tiniest bit anal retentive about this stuff. We'll see to the condition and fuel on our Thopter. Man, we burned through it all that quickly. All right, well, we need another... Looks like we need another 400 welding wire. Definitely want to take advantage of the buff that we've got. We're currently got 75% faster refining and 75% less wear and tear on items. We got that for... Oh, we needed, that was the last thing we needed. For success in the Landsrad. Let's see, power gauntlets. Well, yes, I will have power gauntlets. And poison mist. I have one of those already. It's very nice. Did 69 point something damage? I know, nice. My current sword does like 110. And 110 is a lot more than 70. Now, it's a long blade instead of the shorter blade. So the mechanics are different. The other thing I needed to do here was refuel. Yeah, we have most of that left. We want to move that back to the 4 spot. That could go there. That could go there. First things first, because if they weren't first, they wouldn't be first things now, would they? First things first is a really dumb thing, and I say it all the freaking time. All right, we have just deposited 15 liters of blood. About 4 gallons. Or currently, that'll take us up to, because this actually gets 40%. So that'll be 6 liters. That'll take us up to about 182 liters, 182,000 milliliters. 16,200 centiliters. I'll stop there. Spice-infused aluminum dust. Okay. And did we empty it out? We did not. Are we full on the parts? We have full stack on the parts. Is this what we are now? 500 and 500. We are fully stacked on those parts. Mark IV, I think, is upstairs. Yay, I remembered. Smart. At some point, we are going to want to make... Oops, over here. We want a sand bike Mark V. I don't think so, really. I mean, it's better, but the Mark III or whatever we've got so far is just fine. The buggy is the same way. I'm just not sure it's worth upgrading. I don't spend much time in the buggy, in either of them, frankly. That's the Assault. Assault Ornithopter is mostly for PvP, although it also carries more. But Scout Ornithopter Mark V. Probably my next target, I would think. Okay, I probably have enough Servox. Maybe enough cobalt paste. That's 100. 125, 139, 164. Yeah. Looks like we've got enough cobalt paste, particle caps, ultimate actuators, and water. We're going to need... That's the Mark IV. Carbide scraps. We might be short on carbide scraps. 10. Oh, industrial pumps. 3. Oh, well. Okay, we don't have military power regulators. Sure, where you get those. And the duraluminum, which is just aluminum that you turn into duraluminum. How much regular aluminum do we have right now? 327 ingots. We need more jasmium. Jasmium gathering is one of my less favorite things. I didn't much care for gathering erythrite to make the cobalt paste. I also am not a huge fan. It's not flattering. You know, the radiation suit, it's just not flattering. Makes me look portly. Not that that's inaccurate. The only place you can get the jasmine crystals is in the irradiated area. In the southwest. An area called the Sheol. Sheol is one of the districts of hell. Can't remember if that's biblical or not. Some of it might be. But it's definitely part and parcel of Judeo-Christian hell belief. Pull up. Pull up. There we go. Again, much faster to use than world travel. I just stay still. Does that actually move? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna AFK for a sec because my cup runneth under. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay. The southwest area of Haga Basin is radioactive or largely radioactive, and inside that there are nodes that you can harvest for jasmium crystals, which are needed to make duraluminum. And you got to be in a rad suit, and preferably taking an iodine pill. I don't have any iodine pills yet. See the glowy? Yeah, the glow is radiation. Let's see. build houses here. Somebody had built one that was very helpful in the northeast corner. It was inside the map area and tall enough that you could land on it and fire off a scanner and get a complete scan. Very, very thoughtful. You'll note in the lower left below my vehicle is a little radiation sign with an orange border. The orange border will slowly fill up over time. And we want to get out before it fills up. Doesn't look like any bodies down there. Oh, come on. Can't be serious. Radiation level is 1 here. Thank you. Oh. Put the jasmium crystals in. Another batch. Not over here. But there. Where the hell is it? Meanwhile, I'm getting radioactiver by the minute. It was a batch of 3. Where the hell was it? Alright. This is not going to be my most successful entry ever, that's for sure. Radiation level 2, much higher. I'm probably gonna have to bail after this. We're about a quarter radioactive. Yeah, there's one more node. We got 3 there. Unless there's baddies around, which is possible. Baddies. You gotta know when to run. Ain't got time to fight. I would like to get one more batch of nodes before I head back. Get a scanner. A scanner. This thing. There's one node. Might be somewhere down below. Nobody's shooting at me. That's a good sign. I like that. Radiation level's only 1 here, so... Baddies. Jasmium over there? I don't think so. How are we doing? About a third of the way. Oh, we got one more node down there. Grab that, and then we're out. Not bad. Not great. It's 80 per about 400, I think. 50 or 400. I think it's 4 per duralumin ingot, so a good chunk. Back to the world map and back home. The general consensus on the game from survival crafting game fans is it's very, very good. The PvP, especially in the deep desert, not as good. I was going to say mixed reviews, but mostly negative. Not like horribly negative, but largely negative. It has some also significant exploit issues. And of course, because you put PvP into any game, you're always the worst kind of gamers. Not all PvPers. I've been more clear about that. There are PvPers who enjoy PvP for the kind of tactical and strategic challenges that only another person, another human being, can provide. Then there are also the sociopaths. If they can call me a Care Bear, I can call them a sociopath. That's my opinion on the matter. There we go. I am using the Harkonnen color swatch, even though I'm in Atreides. Because bam, babadamp, back in black, baby. I don't know why that thing is black right there. I have no idea. We need to move it first. That's right. So we move this to Scout Ornithopter, and oh, look at that, 335. Less than I'd hoped. 330. So I think that's about going to give us 81 duraluminum. 84. Oh, my math. My math is a fit. Oh, I already had some. That's why. Let's see. 84. Let's see. 84, 320, 336. Yeah, that's fine. So that's another 84 duraluminum ingots. Looking like in our water. I gotta say the deciliter John is pretty good. And keep in mind our refining times are only 1/4 of what they usually are. For instance, aluminum I think is 30 seconds per under normal circumstances. Which means you can get 120 ingots an hour. which means you've got to get a lot. So I'm going to get some more aluminum, speaking of that. We do it here because the vehicle does a much better job carving through the materials. Get much more yield. Basalt too, because we're going to need basalt for when we make our concept home. Not sure when I'm going to be able to do that, but I have the concept, and no, I'm not sharing because I know one of you guys would steal my brilliant idea. But you need that for the Atreides. They should have died. Okay, he died. At least one of them did. If there's a second one there, we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. No, just the one. I'm carrying a corpse now. It's a little dark, granted, but given the amount of juice you can squeeze out of them, feel free to go, ooh, be a perfectly normal response. But you can get 24 liters of water. I understand with the second tier, death still you can get 40 per body. That's some quality squeezins. That number seemed large to me, but I actually did some checking. It seems like that is about how much water is in the human body. Will be implementing, as they said, a toggle hotkey to allow you to swap between the cutting beam and driving, which will be really nice. Because now I have to press F, hold it. Can I get a couple more bodies, maybe? No bodies. Disappointing. Ah, well. Life is filled with little disappointments. It is replete with them. Oh, well, either he wasn't there. Bye. I'll take the beer and pick up the body. medium-sized fuel cell. Nice, we'll take that. Couple of bodies, you know. My understanding is that there are players who will go out of their way to attract the attention of the Sardaukar ships just so they'll drop mercenaries for them to kill, which seems a bit extreme to me. But I guess it is water that delivers itself. Oh, interesting. That guy just dropped a little tiny place just to hold his buggy so that he can harvest aluminum and maybe salt. I am way better at backing in a vehicle in games than I am in real life. Buggy. Body. Body. Buggy. Aluminum. Aluminum. And basalt. That belongs in our inventory. There. Oh, sure. Why not a little melange spiced beer? My Z is now filled, which means that I can, if I need to, hop into the prescient state, which opens up some capstone skills and makes your attacks cool down faster and makes you harder to damage and all kinds of good stuff. Oh, we also wanted to make as much plastone as we could. 3? It's actually 3 stacks of 200, I think. Oh, we didn't want to deposit the Solari. Oh, it's actually fine. Alright, we're going to move this. We're at 224,000 Solaris. I'm thinking about dropping 160k on the Harkonnen tile set. You can buy the non-faction aligned tile sets at twice the price. So it was 80k for the Atreides, 160k for the Harkonnen. I like to keep 3,200 on me. That's one trip to either Arakeen or Harcote Village, and also one trip from one trade post to another. That's kind of why I settled on those numbers. I do not think we have room in our water containers for... Oh, we do now. We just made a bunch of ingots, so we can take a body. Oh, I'm full. I didn't drop off the duraluminum. There we go. Bodies are heavy. I'm currently at 92 in volume or mass, whatever that's supposed to be. V. 92, 167. So that's 75, I'm assuming kilos, so that's 165 pounds. All right, 1 hour from now, it'll give forth, I believe, 24,000 milliliters. It'll take us up to one. Yeah, we can, that second body, when this one's done, we can drop that one in as well. Well. I don't think we've got anything else that needs doing down there. Anywhere in those areas. I think we're pretty much... No. Activate the backup energy supply console. Identity check, huh? No, that hasn't popped up yet. Identity check. The Tisiphone. I really don't want to go to a PvP flagged area. The Electo is close. I'm pretty sure that that's going to give me additional quests on top of it too, but it's close. We'll fly over to the Electo, land, presumably get an update that's inside, and I just don't like PvP. I'm very PvP averse. Too many bad experiences. Just too many people being jerks. A house. Not really a house. It's a floor with some stuff. No, that's NPCs. Bad. Yeah, they shoot at me. How about over here then? Zone change. Yep, that's the PvP zone. Like this isn't. Sun, please.
Who's that?
Me. Just me, man. Don't worry. Don't sweat it. Ain't no thing.
Reveal yourself.
Alright, I revealed myself. You feeling better about your request now, sir? Come on. Sandflies camp. We are in a PvP area. Find the Electo. Yay, I have found it. Call Captain Connell Firth. That's the Electo, all right. What's left of her? The presence of Sandflies at site only adds urgency to our mission. We'll need to work fast. When she was lost, the Electo was carrying a very important asset in our cargo bay. We need you to reclaim the asset immediately. Search the cargo bay. Portrait findings. All right. We're going to try. Somebody over there. Gonna wander back out? Come on, dude. Be nice. Any dudes. They're both feeling a bit under the weather. Okay, dead. There, they're dead. You happy now? Where the hell am I going? Should be down below at 13 meters below me. That's presumably what we need. No, it's 22 meters above us? Say what? In right here. Meters and above us. It's the cargo bay. Cargo bay's above us. That doesn't really make sense, but hey. I'm not an Imperial ship designer, so what do I know? Now it's 33. What? Wait, what? Make up your mind, man. 9 meters. Should be here. Search the cargo bay. Oh, God, that's one. It blows my mind that you have to search them in some kind of order. It's just so fucking dumb. Such a terrible mechanic. Contact the issuer. Well, I would get an option. Stay in here. This is just fucking terrible. I don't even know what the hell's the quest. Doesn't say. Electo, I think, right? Payload, Electo. Just use my scanner to pick up the trail. Notice I didn't want to fucking dangle around. Completed the contract, yay, go me. It's up there. It is not up there. Trail, what's next? Wish it would update that thing. Update the asset. Huh? 1,145 meters away, it looks like. Is that correct? 1,405. 1,450 meters. There. No, that's a Chris knife. Where the there? Let's locate the asset. All right. We're off. It's my first actual foray into one of the PvP zones. Briefly, granted. I guess it's in there somewhere, huh? Let's find a place to sit down. Put our ornithopter in our pocket. Looking for people. I got nothing. Plenty of people's in there. I feel safe in saying. Yeah, lots of them. What are we doing on ammo? Fine. Made me very nervous. Might as well, you know, pick off the easy pickings where you can. That's a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie. Ding, 137. 4 days ago it was level 100. Like I said, I do prefer the slow, gradual approach. This good? Didn't miss him. $55 meters and down. Almost had him. Is that it? I am willing to just make a quick hit and run strike like that. Let's see if that's all that was required. Payload, locate the asset, contact. Sure. That's it. You found it. Well done. Our recovery team's on the way, but wait. We've detected Harkonnen raiding force inbound to your location. They must have somehow find out about the asset. But current speed and heading, they will arrive before our force does, but maybe we can lay a false trail. We need you to head to another Sandflies site nearby, locate the communication console, and transmit the code 166466. Our counter-espionage agents and other stuff. That is a locator code used by the Harkonnen spies. While the Harkonnen force is busy chasing that false signal, we'll secure the asset. Right, 10. So the next one is a long ways away. Seriously. These quests with sub-quests that have entirely different names that make it almost impossible to just simply find what you're looking for. Not fun. The quests, not necessarily not fun, but the process of having to figure out where and when and all that Alright, let's go. Quest tracking is terrible and part and parcel of terrible. Some game I saw today on Reddit where people are complaining about the censoring, and the problem being not that they're censoring the game when it's coming out on console, because they have their legal requirements and their requirements for developers and whatnot, but that they're going to be changing the PC version as well. I am sick of the PC game experience suffering because of console games. I'm sick of crappy user interfaces. I'm sick of half measures on games because they have to work on console as well. You know, if you've got a PC game, you make a console port, make a console. If you've got a console game, you're going to make a PC port, fuck it, we'll do a half-ass. And they do. They half-ass it every single time. I'm getting sick of it. The compromises that have to be made for a non-keyboard and mouse game system are, in some cases, it's worse than mobile. That may be a mind-boggling statement, but it is one I fully believe, because I have seen a mobile to PC port, Torchlight Infinite, that's way better than most of the console to PC ports. A little more water. I hate mass murdering on with dry mouth. Ugh. Why is my round dropping? That doesn't normally happen. Okay, how about that? It didn't appear to hit it either. That's over. Am I out of range? Nope, I'm not out of range. Okay, that one hit. He warped. Get it. There we go. We got him. Let's see, 90 meters. Anybody else? Oh, look at you, just standing there, so obvious and everything. He's got a shield. He thinks that's going to help. Well, it's going to help. I mean, not stop him from dying, but it is going to help. Let's see if we can actually... We can get in deep enough to scan. Okay. Once again, lots of them. This one's probably going to be a kill-all mission, because we need to not just run in and grab something, we need to put a code in. Hope they don't expect me to remember the frickin' code. I'm going to back off a little and check and see if the code is included in the quest description, because if it is, then I probably do. Uh, 166466. 166466. think... There we go. The poison finally kicked in, and that got him. Alright, well, I don't think we've got much choice now.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
That's 8 hours to the Coriolis storm. Alright, we're in armor now. So it should be just above. Ooh, spice dust and spice sand and spice residue. My first spice residue I've got. It's above still. Okay, just did require me to just activate it. I don't think I'm interested in staying and identifying. Not when I can fly away. Yeah. You guys gonna follow me? Chickens! Chickens! Oh, ow. How was that? Ow. I go, ow. Maybe they're not chicken after all. Okay, finally, that's possible. Whoop. We're too high. Above, we're going down, yeah. Above 700 meters, your fuel, 750 meters, your fuel consumption goes up above like 600 or 650. It increasing your engine heat overheats. There's my friend Senator's house. It's going on the right, just going under the icon for the ornithopter, and there's mine. It is a polyglot of styles. I wanted to use some of the different styles that were available to me so that I can get a look at them and decide. It comes time to make the big final base. Quick, we are going to do the not required but probably wise. I think this is more likely to increase the lifespan of the parts, especially now that I have the tier 5 welding torch, which does a much better job. Reducing the long-lasting wear and tear, let's say. Yep, 72s. All right, that looks like about everything. The fuel is at 59. We can go ahead and tank up. Pardon the phrase. Am I still in my armor? I am still in my armor. Pretty cool looking. Again, Harkonnen colors. What can I say? The Harkonnen have got cooler color combos. Mind you, the green and black of Atreides could work. They're just, the color combos are not awesome in the swatches. don't remember what recipes required spice residue. But it's the first I've gotten. Yay! Bloop. What do we got left? Just the spice residue, and it can go in here next to the spice sand. Spice sand didn't go in there? Where did the spice sand go? Right here? No, it's here. Spice residue. Alright, let's try again. Are we done with payload? Ah, yes, our scanners show Harkonnen and Thopters are changing course. They're following your fall signal. Great work. Now I suggest you clear out before the Harks arrive. Completed. Sandflies light customization. Ding 138. Oh, intel points? What the fuck? We are back at 20 skill points. Most of my points, well, not sure about most of my points, but certainly the class with the most points I have put into it is this one. Let's go ahead and buff that up so that when I am using the spice prescience, I can kick ass. And take names. Let's see. Desert conditioning. I'm almost never dehydrated now, so that's not really important anymore. Disciplined breathing, I do have slotted. Stamina recovery rate. 4. Ouch. Ouch. Harder to bleed. Not sure that's all that important. Yeah, that'll do for now, I think. Presumably we're still milking this guy? Exsanguinating his body? What was it that required this vehicle? It was garment. Something required residue. Not that one. Currently using the Industrial Dew Scythe Mark IV. Power Pack 5. That requires a radiated slag. Not sure where you get that. That requires spice sand. That does 2. The iodine pill. I need to get agave seeds for that. Spice melange. Spice melange is, I think, equivalent. 3 of those is equivalent to 3,000 spice sand. I don't know what it is that requires that. And it's irritating me. Pardon the yawn. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I'm now carrying way too much basalt. Sorry, plastone. Plastone makes basalt. Salt makes the plastone. There we go. This game is about 33 gig, I think. I currently have both it and the test center installed. I can give you an exact amount. Just a sec. Flashbang. That's nonsense. It says 60, but that's bullshit. 60 gigabytes of available space, maybe to install, but Steam said like 35. So it might require 60 gig to install and then only have 35. But give me a sec. I want to double check it now. Steam, open file location. Steam apps, common, Dune Awakening, Dune Awakening playtest. 41.6, it's bigger than I thought. I don't know why. 41.6 gig installed. So apparently, though, it requires... Is that thing full? It's not full. Where was I putting the plasma? Over here. Yeah, there. Let me get back to... The Wi-Fi needs to be updated, and you need to get more room. Yeah, it's... I am frequently, I don't want to say constantly, but frequently uninstalling games because I'm out of space. Or also, what I'll do, I have a big external USB drive that's big and slow. And so I will copy games to that and then delete them from the main drive when I need it. But I have a little plastic fob about yay big. Yeah, about that big. About that big. That is a 2 terabyte drive. It's slow as hell. External USB. But it works. And it's faster than downloading it from the internet. So that's one of the ways I can manage to fit things. That and being kind of hardcore when it says, okay, I haven't played this in 6 months. Out it goes. What? I got that for completing the quest line. Only gamer in your house, your father is not a gamer. He's old school. Well, I'm old school and a gamer. So they don't necessarily, aren't completely separate. But I got an experimental Vulcan GAU 94, which I kind of would like to play with, but I just don't think it's very good for the PvE experience. But it's nice to have gotten it for finishing out that quest line, I guess. No, I know I'm a little different in that I have been playing games forever. I mean, I bought my first computer to play games on 45 years ago, something like that. So I know there aren't a lot of people my age. My friends don't really understand playing video games and streaming it. They make jokes about my ability to stream at my age is good, but they're talking about in the bathroom. All right, I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. We did have the disappointment with the 2 NPCs here not being spawned. Presumably they'd been killed. I waited around for about 5 minutes and they didn't respawn. So I'll have to do that later. But we got a couple things done in Odom or Oadam or Udom, however it's pronounced. But I am going to call it an evening. I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out. I will not be back tomorrow. I will be back on Wednesday at the usual time, and then we've got Thursday. And then Friday is American Independence Day. It's the 4th of July everywhere in the world, but it's Independence Day here. And I will be enjoying more beverages then because, hey, American way. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I'm back on Wednesday, probably with more of the same. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your evening, and as always, I try to set an achievable goal for my viewers, so I hope the rest of your week doesn't suck. Back on Wednesday. Take care.